Okay, so I think my word would be brave.
Mm.
And though that's not like my life word, I think recently it's been a word that's like been like commonly like repeating in my head.
Mm.
Um, just like with stepping up in new like positions, and it's even I felt brave leaving positions, which was really hard, and it made me uncomfortable. So I was like, okay, like I'm alright because it made me uncomfortable. Um, so I think the word brave has challenged me, inspired me, and become a theme in this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm reading that book, 100 Days to Brave, and I'm going through a book called Braveness in the Wilderness with
Ooh.
Brittany, yeah, Tedeschi, and I'm so excited. And she's like, wow, brave, that must be a common theme in your life. And I was like, it is. Wow, like I didn't realize it was. And even just like not thinking of this year, but thinking of like back home. It felt brave of me, now that I think about it, it felt brave of me to be home. And like to continue living at home when I didn't want to, and like having conversations that I didn't want to. It took me out of my comfort zone, which was really hard. And I think because I've always wanted to go out of my comfort zone, I saw a quote one time that said, do something that makes you uncomfortable every day. So I've been trying to kind of do that, whether it's like calling Monteith Tire to tell my tire's low and like can I come in and get it filled, or if it's like having a hard conversation with people. I've been trying to do that just because I know like little moments of bravery eventually add up to like a theme of bravery.
Definitely.
Yeah. How's it shaped you and how's it impacting moving forward? I think like with the quote, like do something every day that makes you uncomfortable, or like do a brave thing every day. I think that it challenges me like literally every day to do something. And if that opportunity hasn't come naturally during the day, then I'll like put myself out there to find like an uncomfortable situation to make me feel brave.
Yeah.
And I think brave is also a really empowering word. Like rather than like saying, wow, that was like unique if you do that, or like that really took you out of your comfort zone, if you say that was super brave of you, I would feel so much more, I don't know the word, not like confident, but like empowered, because someone said, wow, Nelly, that was super brave of you.
What is the reward? Like, why do something uncomfortable every day? Why put yourself in a situation where you're going to feel uncomfortable?
I think because it does grow you. Otherwise, I'd still be scared to call people on the phone, honestly. Like, I'd still be scared to call Monteith Tire and tell him my tire needs to be changed.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's growing me, even, like, in my confidence. And it was brave of me to take this position. And it was brave to leave. And it has improved my confidence and my ability to seek people out that originally was easy to be sought out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was easy to seek people out when I lived on the same hall as them. And now if I want to continue that relationship, I have to like make a valiant effort to do so. And that doesn't really make me feel uncomfortable, but it's still I don't know. It grows you. Like stuff like that grows you. And like that's what I'm here for. I'm here for growth. I don't want to look back in 6 months and say I'm in the same place as I was. So.
Has there been like any moments that you feel like they might not seem like big significant steps of bravery to other people, but they were brave for you?
Honestly, I think being in a big group of people is very brave of me, because I do not like being surrounded by a bunch of people. And being in any sort of attention or light of attention is terrifying. And I embraced it one day, and I was like, okay, this was terrible, but I did it because I had to, and it was brave of me. And though my face got super red and I became very flustered, I like was sweating, I was okay, because like that stuff eventually, like if I do little moments like that, it eventually will lead to like not an easier lifestyle, but like not lifestyle, even just I don't know, more manageable in like everyday tasks. because I have a lot of fear, and conquering those fears is brave and is super uncomfortable and not easy to do, and it takes time and effort to manage the fears, and so that the word brave kind of counteracts that and fights against the fear.
Who in your life has inspired bravery in you?
Probably my dad. I was gonna say my grandma, but I think my dad, just because he's done a lot of things that even like my mom was like, that's a dumb idea, but he does it anyway. He wrote a book, and my mom was like, you can never write a book, and he wrote a book and he published it, and
Sweet.
He sold half of them, so he did kind of good. And he also he made this GoFundMe for referees that get sick or are unable to continue reffing because they get sick or they have a baby or something like that. Huh. And my mom was like, that's just going to be a waste of money. No one's going to give to it. And he's like, bet. And he did it. And that was brave of him because his biggest supporter was like, I don't know. I don't want you to be rejected. And he's like, I don't care if I get rejected anymore because this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about. And so I think a lot of what I see as bravery and what I try to accomplish as bravery is from him. So.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
So if you were with your little kiddos that you're going to have at Momentum, I guess they're not super little. All of them will be taller than you. But if you're looking at a high schooler and one of them's like, Natalie, I don't know how to be brave, or I don't know why I should be brave, what would you tell them?
It's a big question. I don't know. I think I would just say, okay, so why should I be brave? How can I be brave? That's what they're asking.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask them, do you want to be in the same spot you're in right now? Physically, mentally, really, spiritually, anything. Even academically. If you want to be in that same position as you are in 6 months, then don't be brave. Because bravery, branches off to a lot of different things. And if you want to grow, I feel like you have to be brave because growing is uncomfortable. Nothing about growing is really easy. And if you don't take that step of bravery then you won't grow. I think bravery leads to, like I said, a lot of different aspects of life, maybe, or elements. And I think it's a necessity. And I would tell them, if you want to be brave, don't second guess yourself and don't let fear, tackle brave. Let brave tackle fear, so therefore you can, move on.